How to set up Trello for project management in 2024 Trello tutorial for beginners. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you on how you can set up your very own project management software on Trello and how you can use it to integrate your team and your workflow into one place. Okay, and we're going to be talking about it in great depth and detail, so please do make sure to fully watch this video till the end so you can get the full insight on how smooth, easy, and calm your workflow gets when you're using Trello. So to start things off, first of all, make sure to have an account on Trello because the account creation process is really simple. Trello is a free platform that you can easily create a trial on. And once you have an account on this, you're going to come to this space. Okay. Avail the free account, by the way, because it just helps you really much. Okay. Now over here, you're going to create a board. So to create a board, you're going to click on create and click on create board. And once you do that, you're going to have a board that will look like this. Now, I have this board where I'm going to be showing you a real life example of how things can be done and how you can set it up for project management, right? So I myself am a software designer, okay? And I have a team that is given a project by a client. And I'm going to be showing you that real life scenario in this section. Okay, I'm going to be using Trello and showing you how you can actually manage a project in my retrospect. So to start things off, I'm going to name this board John's Software. Okay, because my client's name is John and he's giving me a software to create. So first of all, you're going to add groups in your project. So the first group that I'm going to be adding is front end. Okay. Then I'm going to add backend. Then I'm going to add UI/UX. And then I'm going to add done. Okay. So front-end programming, back-end programming, UI design, and then finally a done section where whenever someone has completed their task, they're going to switch it to done. Now, over here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating different columns and lists. So I'm going to add a card in front end and I'm going to call it color scheme. All right. Because obviously in front end, you're going to create the color scheme. Then we have elements and we have borders and, you know, stuff like this. So this is what comes in your front end. Then in back end, you can add cards like code for server. Then you can write code for files and so on. And then finally in the UI UX, you know, you can just switch the front end to UI UX and let the UI UX team know that, okay, whatever the front end people have done, you're going to need to, you know, clarify it and just clean it up. And then once everything is done, you can switch it to done, right? Now, the cards that we've created, obviously we're going to need to edit them a bit. So let's say I'm going to go in elements and I'm going to give it some description. I'm going to tell the people, I'm going to let the people know how you're supposed to go ahead and add things in it. So I'm going to write, make the elements broad and outlined. Okay. And then you can also give details, create boxes, create, let's say, buttons, and create borders. Okay. I'm going to write all of this. And you can actually create this in a list or bullet form. Okay, I'm going to add this in bullet list. I'm going to bold this up and italicize it so I can give it some, integration. And I'm going to outline this. There we go. So you can add things like that. And then you can actually add attachments in this as well, just to give someone an idea. So I'm going to go ahead and upload an attachment from my computer just to give a person an idea of, okay, yeah, so you're supposed to create it like this. You're supposed to create a button like this. You're supposed to create a UI design like this one, etc. So let's say I'm just going to upload this photo just for reference, just to give them, give you an idea on how a person is supposed to, you know, actually work. So I'm going to save this and look at this. So whenever a person comes here, they're going to click on this and they're going to see, oh, so I'm supposed to make the elements broad and outlined, create all of this and make it look like this. Okay, yeah. So that is how you're supposed to help a person know when they're working on the project. And you can actually add them as a member just to notify them that, okay, you're supposed to work on this. So whatever workspace member is supposed to do this job, they're going to come over here, they're going to see their name and they're going to be like, okay, so this is my task on the project. I'm supposed to work on this one. Then the same goes with all of these other things. You can just add more details in all of these, add in more infographics, more images. You get tons and tons of things over here. You can add different labels. So let's say there's done, there's exceeded, there's in progress, and you can also add in priorities if you want to, which is also pretty incredible. It's pretty nice to work with. The best thing that I like is the deadline feature. You can actually add deadlines on the work. So let's say it says March 29th is a deadline. And you can let people know that, okay, you have to complete it before March 29th, clearly. And when the deadline is almost approaching, Trello also makes sure to notify the person that their work is getting pretty late. So if I do 22nd, which is a day from now, look at that. It turns yellow. It says the card is due less than 24 hours. Pretty incredible. Pretty nice feature to have in a project management workspace. Now, moving on, what you can do is you can also access the other features that Trello brings you, which are things like automation and integration. Now, the integration in Trello is known as power-ups, okay? And you can get power-ups from this section. So power-ups are something that a lot of people use in Trello, and I've added a lot of power-ups for myself, as you can clearly see. And power-ups are something that just makes your work much faster, much easier, all right? So these are all the power-ups you can add. There's like more than 250 power-ups. Most of them are free. But the ones that I use are card repeater, which basically repeats a card repetitively and recurringly. There's forms by Blue Cat, which basically creates forms for your clients. Then there's list limits, which sets a limit on your lists to highlight them if the number of cards in it passes the limit. Then there's timeline, where you can track all of your work in one place. And then finally there's Zapier, which is my favorite. Now, the reason Zapier is my favorite is because you can actually add automations through Zapier, and these automations work like a charm. Automations are basically a process where, you know, a task is done and you're not doing it. An automated AI bot does it. So let's say one task takes place and the other tasks happens itself. So if someone, you know, adds a new Google Calendar event, it's going to create a new Trello card. And if someone, you know, saves a Slack message, it's going to create a new Trello card, just like this. Pretty incredible. And it's great for, you know, a fast and much more integrated workspace, in my opinion. It just works much better, and it's a nice little touch to add to your workspace. Then moving on, we're going to come over to how to actually add members to our project management workspace, and you can add them through this share button over here. You're going to click on share board, and once you click on share board, you can actually add any person through their email or maybe through their name in other workspaces or boards, and it's pretty simple and it's pretty fun to add them. Moving on, what you can do is you can actually shift boards as well. So let's say the front end designing thing is done. The person is going to bring it here. They're going to highlight this and they're going to be like, yeah, this is done. This card is complete. We are good to go. And, you know, whoever is the lead of the project management, in my case, in this software project, I'm the lead. So whenever I see this, that, okay, this is done. So what I can do is I'm going to simply come here and I'm going to archive the card. And that's pretty much about it. That's how you can add a card and then finally delete the card in the end once the work with it is over. And then moving on, what more you can do is you can actually copy a card, okay? And you can create another card with the same style, but a different name if you want to. Pretty nice, pretty incredible, right? And moving on, you have more things where you can create a whole card from a new template that you want to create, okay? That's also a pretty fun thing to add for yourself. And another fun thing you can do is you can use Trello's very own templates as well, where you can get top templates like one-on-one meeting agenda, agile board template, company overview, design huddle, and you get this project management template as well that you can create for yourself. And it's just pretty fun and great stuff for a good project management workflow. So these are all the things that are needed when it comes to using project management workspaces on Trello. And this is basically how you can run your very own project on Trello in the easiest way. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for this video. Now do let me know down in the comments below what you thought about the video and how you are going to be using Trello as your project management workspace. And also please do make sure to like and subscribe to the video. It will help me out a lot, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.